Well, the first one is the toughest. So let's take our straight edge, line it up with PA so we can draw a little transversal for ourselves. Leave a little bit extra room. I'm putting my transversal in green there. Extend it high above the P. We need that for that arc. Doesn't have to go below the A too much. And again, A is a random point. I gave it to you just so you'd have something to work with, something familiar. Now, gosh, at this point, I think what I'd first do is I'm going to take the needle of my compass and I'm going to put it on the A, and I'm going to swing a random arc. Now this random arc is going to intersect the line L, and it's going to intersect my green transversal. That's all I need to do. But that was a slightly tricky spot here. I want you to imagine this is the arm of my compass. I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to slide it up here. Really, it means I'm going to pick up the needle with the compass locked and put it from A to P. So what that does is transfer this distance. This and this are the same. Now, I don't really like that because it's not truly Euclidean because it needs a rigid compass, but we'll, more on that later. We'll talk about that in class. We'll just now take this compass, which has the same arc, the red arc that is, which is now centered at P, same as it was on A. And I've got my intersection points. So let's put in some of those intersections. I came up with an intersection at D and C on the transversals. And I've got this intersection G on line L. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to take my compass. I'm going to put the needle on the D. Put the needle on the D, and I'm going to swing an arc right here. And I'll dynamic swing to make sure I go right through the G. So again, that's from D to G. So now what I'm going to do, same thing. Imagine I'm going to take that and I'm going to extend that all the way up to C. So again, what I'm doing is I'm locking the compass, and I'm transferring this distance from D up to C, and I'm going to swing that same arc. So, I'm almost getting lost here. Let's swing that arc. Now, and it'll be right there. And that is the magic spot, because I've got 2 points, and 2 points make a line, ray or segment. So I've got a point here, and I've got point P. All I need to do is take my handy dandy little straight edge, spin her around and set it all up and line it up with those. And let's draw in our line, and there you go. That is your parallel line construction. Oh yeah, and I forgot to, but you can label it line K. Well, here we go with a good old perpendicular bisector. Now we've done this one before, so I'll be quick. You got R and T here, and I'm going to put the needle on the R, and we're going to swing an arc through T, and we need to swing an arc good up here, and we're going to need to swing it on this side too. We need it on both sides. We need 2 points. And of course, we're going to put the needle on the T now, and put the pencil on the R, dynamic swing. Swing here, get a nice swing there, nice swing here, and I'm swinging through the arc, so I get a nice clean intersection. And you can just about see it. And take my little straight edge. This is where I always say, get a clear straight edge. It just works best. And when you do line it up carefully. I usually try to leave a little bit on the side for the width of the pencil, just like if you were a carpenter. So you're going to line that thing up as best as you can, and then you're going to draw the line. Now, after you've drawn that line, put in the tick marks. Perpendicular bisector, 2 parts of that definition. One is perpendicular, right angle, and the other it bisects. So it goes through and it splits RT exactly in half. So there you go, perpendicular bisector. Well, here we go, constructing equilateral triangle SAM. Let's put the needle on the A and swing an arc through the M. Now I'm only going to swing it up here because I only need one intersection. I know it's going to be up there somewhere. Then I put the needle on the M, and I'm going to swing an arc through the A. Nice dynamic swing, but I'm looking for this intersection up here. And there you go. I know that that's going to be intersection S. Well, all I've got to do now is take my straight edge and there it is. And over here, connect there and put in the tick marks there. And I've got my equilateral triangle. So now, well, that's really nice, but was that the only way? Well, no, of course. Down below, I could have put it down on the opposite side. So there were two possible locations for point S. But that's it. It's really the perpendicular bisector construction. That's easy. Well, here we're going to construct a line perpendicular to S that passes through G, which is not on the line. So put the needle of your compass on the G and line the pencil up to an arbitrary length. I'm going to swing an arc like here. Wow! Here and here. Little smiley face. It needs to intersect point S or line S in two spots. I'm going to show those two intersections right there. And you know, I could label them. I'll label them just to help you out. I'm going to call them K and N. Well, so that green arc, again, was just giving me 2 points equally distant from G. And now I'm going to take the needle, or I'll take my compass, and I guess I'm going to put the needle on the K, and I'm going to swing an arc through N. I don't need to swing it up high, I just need to swing it down here. That's where the intersection is going to be. I anticipate it down there. Then I'll put the needle on the N and swing an arc through K. Give a nice dynamic swing. This will be an orange. And I swing down here and aha. And now I've got an intersection. So you can see that. That's my point of intersection. And then I use my straight edge and I draw in line T. And, you know, in this one, let's throw in the right angle symbol. So there you go. That's a line T perpendicular to S, passing through point G. Now in this construction, the last one on the sheet, we're going to take this point W, which is on a given line, and we're going to construct a line perpendicular passing through there. I'm going to set my compass to an arbitrary length. So I'm going to put the needle on the W, and I'm going to put the pencil here, and this green, that's my pencil, and I'm just marking it. I'm going to swing it all the way around there and get a good mark there. And what I've done is I've come up with 2 points. I'll call them T and S respectively. And those 2 points are on this are equal distance from point W, or as we like to say, they're equidistant from point W. So now I'm going to do what I've done in the past. I'm going to do the perpendicular bisector construction, except now I'm going to put the needle on T, and I'm going to put the pencil passing through the S. I'm going to swing that arc so it goes through the S. So this is in red, so you can stand out a little bit different. I'm swinging it up here because I'm expecting the intersection to be up here. And in the same way, I'm going to put the needle on the S. I'll line it up with the T now. Line the pencil up with the T. I swing to get a nice dynamic swing. And I trace it up there, and aha! All I needed was that intersection, and I've got it. Now I'm going to call that intersection point Q. I would just line up my straight edge, and there you go. Now you only needed 1 point off the line because, of course, W was given as a midpoint. So that ought to be a nice clean construction for you. And that concludes this worksheet.